It's noon here on November 28th in Bethesda, Maryland, and this is news that you can use from YAA with your hosts, Zach and Ray. How are you today, handsome?
Happy Monday, Pops. I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be here. We are actually in Samsung's chip foundry. I like how they give
I'm
them
the guy
fancy
wearing
names.
the orange.
Yeah, you're orange. I'm the
Yeah.
person in white.
Well, the person in white's a woman.
I couldn't tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to tell. All right, here's
Not
the
that
deal.
hard.
I can't tell. Who knows? Here's the deal, Dad. We're done. You're done. Here's the deal. Stop it. Stop it. Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Chip shortage update. We got the latest data from Auto Forecast Solutions.
Yes.
And this is a follow-up to a stream that we did when I was out in California maybe 3 weeks ago. The chip shortage is way worse. Here's what they aren't telling you. We have an update, Dad, and I'm confused. I'm confused, to be honest, but that shouldn't come as too much of a surprise.
No reason to admit that now.
Let's take a peek, Dad, at the latest data from Auto Forecast Solutions. This came out just this morning. The latest numbers on the microchip shortage, North America, Asia endure more cuts. Any notion that the microchip shortage would be over by now is proving to be wishful forecasting.
Which is what these folks do. What's the name?
Auto Forecast Solutions.
Yeah.
Pops, we're going to end the year. We're going to end the year with 4.5 million vehicles taken out of production. Last year was 10.5 million vehicles taken out of production. If you guys want to play a quick game here, change the URL. So let's actually do this in a new tab. Let's do this all together. Change the URL, I don't know, to their 30-second update that they had done. Let's just give it a second to load. Give it a second to load.
Yeah.
So now we're looking back at February of this year.
Yeah.
They had projected it would have been 1 million vehicles out of production. Let's go back another 2 weeks. Let's go to the 28th update they did this year, or since they've started keeping track of this. So June of last year. Oh, that's strange. But anyway, long story short, Dad, we have seen their estimates increase significantly as the year has gone on. And the other piece I want to pull into this, because this is why I'm confused, is we then have this headline today. October vehicle production tips up about 15%. While October's output was the lowest since July, the continued gains compared with 2021 reflects progress after almost 3 years of turbulence driven by the COVID-19 pandemic. What's the story here, Dad? Is there a chip shortage? Is there not a chip shortage? Are prices going up? Are prices going down? What's going on?
Let me help you with are prices going up? Well, MSRPs are certainly going up on new cars. Is there a chip shortage? My understanding is that there probably is still somewhat of a chip shortage because the chips that are used for automotive are the older, less profitable chips. So what's the word I'm looking for? The manufacturers of those chips, looking at their bottom lines, are making their more expensive, higher profit margin chips that aren't built for cars and trucks. And then the other issue was that there were other supply chain issues, and some of those supply chain issues apparently are subsiding to a certain degree, which is correlating with a greater increase in production. And so when you read a headline that says October production increased 15%, but then when you read deeper into the article to find out, that was the lowest percentage of increase that we've seen month over year.
Yeah. Year over year for the month.
For that month. It indicates that obviously there's still some challenges, but it bodes well to a certain degree for consumers because inventory levels should build up at least a little bit.
And Honda came out and said, hey, the chip shortage is over. Toyota came out and said the opposite. We'll dig into that more in a second here. Want to jump to the chat here for a moment.
This, yes.
Laura says, nice watch coordination, Ray.
Thank you.
Igor giving you props on the sweater. We also have Richard giving you props on the sweater, and my girlfriend Laura giving you props on the sweater. And Laura, just Laura, if you're still here, we are going to do a live muffin taste test review at the end of today's stream. We're going to rate them from 0 to 10 because some of us like to rate food.
And when I showed you a picture of this sweater,
I said it was a good looking sweater.
You had some question about orange, but I thought, I think it's nice. A good color. And what the good folks can't see is the sweater actually matches the soles and laces on my shoes.
If you stick around long enough in the stream, we might even show you that as
yes,
well. There you
yes.
go. Laura's on the edge of her seat. All right. So, Pops, let's continue to dig into this
Yes.
a little bit for our friend Stinger Envy. Looking to buy new in February, how's it going to look then? I don't think any aspects of the chip shortage are materially going to impact people buying cars in February. What's on boats being shipped over here and whatnot, I mean, that's already been built, right? I mean,
Yes.
the chip shortage, the impacts from the chip shortage, lingering impacts from that will be impacting people who are ordering cars, or maybe inventory levels 6 months, a year from now. And let's be clear, honestly, the chip shortage numbers have significantly improved.
Well, we're last year it was 10.5 million vehicles. This year it'll be 4.5 million vehicles. That's about a 60% improvement. If I can do the math, and typically I can't. So it's probably somewhere around a 50 to 60% improvement. And in that one article where the production tipped up 15%.
Yep.
I mean, they're on pace using those numbers to produce 12.3 or 12.4 million cars in North America this year. Now, that's still less than what they would have produced in the past, but it's significantly above what they had produced the year before. And we're starting to see it reflected in some of the inventory levels.
Definitely.
For many, many months this year, the average new car availability on a monthly basis was about 900,000 vehicles. And then that ticked up to about 1 million.
Yep.
And that the number in inventory in October was 1,560,000. That's a significant increase. It's nowhere near the 3.4 million that it used to be, but it at least indicates to me that we'll probably be getting closer to what the new normal will be, which will probably be somewhere between 2 and 2.2 million vehicles in inventory on a given month. And I think we'll get closer to those numbers as we get deeper into 2023. Now, if you're looking to buy a new car in February is typically a good time of year to be able to get discounts at the dealership because, well, February or January, either one of those months will be the slowest month of the year. And, you're, as a salesperson, as a sales team at a dealership, you are desperate for customers in February. You just might not have the same type of incentives from the manufacturer that you'll probably have towards the end of December.
Can we take a peek, Dad? You were starting to hit on this. Inventory levels have rebounded a little bit, but
Yes.
not back to where they've been. One of the best resources we have in terms of data comes from a company called 4eyes. 4eyes does marketing services and more than that for dealers.
Mhm.
They also have publicly available this data that updates.
Yes.
And before I got this data set contains 90% of US based franchise new auto dealerships.
Yes.
Independent and used stores are not included.
Yes.
I came down here and I chose some brands that we
Yes.
could look at to see their new car inventory levels, how they've changed.
Yes.
And this data updates weekly.
Yes.
So when comparing April 2020 inventory levels to November 2022 inventory levels, we can see
Yes.
who has fared well and who has fared poorly. And interestingly, Dad.
Well, I don't think anybody's fared well. It's like who has fared better.
Yep.
And who has fared slightly worse.
And I'm going to remove some of the colors here in just a second. But
Yes.
first, we'll hit over here. Honda's inventory levels down 75%. Subaru inventory levels down 59.6%.
Call it 60%.
Ford inventory levels down 58%. Toyota 50%. Ram 45%.
Yes.
What I'm interested in, Dad, is seeing week over week how things are evolving for these different brands. So, for
Yes.
example, let's clear. We can actually break it down by type of vehicle as well.
Wow.
It's really pretty impressive.
Yes,
stuff
it
they've
is.
got.
And if you're in the market for a car,
Use this website.
Use this. This is one of the tools, along with the Car Edge tool for depreciation and actual cost of ownership. This is one of the tools that you should utilize so you can see the type of vehicle that you're interested in and what the actual inventory levels are.
Pops, let's look at this. Ford's inventory.
Yes.
Look at what's going on.
Yes.
It's rebounding really nicely.
Yes.
Year over year, up 40% from where it was last year. Month over month, up 9%.
Yes.
And then again, we can break it down by type of vehicle. You want to look at just Ford trucks, for example. Let's take a peek at Ford trucks.
And
It's
this
so
is
cool.
and this is real time.
Updated weekly.
Yeah.
Ford trucks
Look
are
at
up 45.3% year over year. I mean, this website's just
Yes.
awesome. I wish we had a way to like leverage the data on our car search.
Buy it.
Or buy. Well, Four Eyes is massive, man. Four Eyes is massive. Let's look at one more brand really quickly. Let's do, I don't know. Let's do Ram because they've got so much inventory, it seems.
Yes.
So let's look at Ram. It's loading. It's loading. It's loading. Ram truck. We'll stick with Ram truck. Look at that.
Yeah. It's dropped
Just over the past week.
Yes.
Down 15%. You know what that might be a reflection of, Dad? People realizing that the Ram dealers are the ones that have inventory and incentives.
And there's deals. Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff.
Yes.
So again, it highlights, is there an ongoing chip shortage? Yeah. Yeah, there is. Is it getting better? Definitely. Is every brand the same? No. All right, here, Pops. We've got lots and lots of comments coming in, but we'll come here first. The 80s nostalgia guy. Thank you for the contribution.
Thank you.
Government subsidies also keeping car prices up. The government should not be subsidizing electric vehicles. Why should we pay for someone's Tesla? This is a super interesting comment. We have the revised tax credits that go into effect or already have gone into effect, but take an even bigger hold on the auto industry on January 1st. And it's worth mentioning, we have a separate channel that's run by Justin Fisher on our team and Justice Lasley, two of the members of the YAA Car Edge team called YAA Electric. They go in depth on this topic. This is more of a domestic production act than a electric car act.
And you know what's interesting? There was, I saw a little blip today about Lucid, and they come out with another model and how they were able to keep it just under $90,000. And I'm thinking to myself, the headline is so deceiving. I mean, how they could keep it under $90,000. Well, that's only for rich people. It's like it's some big deal that they could keep an electric vehicle of that type under $90,000. And I sort of agree that why should I be paying for other people to get into their new electric vehicle? I mean, why is it on me to pay? I don't drive an electric vehicle.
Yep.
An electric vehicle would never make sense for me. I drive less than 5,000 miles a year.
If that, yeah.
So an electric vehicle just would never, ever make sense for me. But yet I have to subsidize the purchase of electric vehicles for anybody else who wants to buy one. Well, why aren't they subsidizing, I don't know, the cost of my gasoline?
I'm fairly certain the United States government does do that, Dad.
Does do what?
I think there are probably subsidies and incentives to oil and gas companies.
I don't know. Oil companies have reaped the largest profits in their histories.
I'm not informed about this, so it's going to be hard for me to.
Yeah, and the U.S. government charges you excise tax on gasoline.
All right. We're just going to do one thing here. Again, I'm far from an expert on this.
I'm not an expert on this either, and I sort of get the idea that there's
Look at this, Pops. Size of fossil fuel subsidies. Globally, fossil fuel subsidies were 5.9 trillion or 6.8% of GDP in 2020. I don't know, man. I think it's a slightly naive argument to be like, why is the government subsidize? The government subsidizes everything.
Yeah,
man.
but I want the government to subsidize my gas. I want them to say,
I think they already do.
No, I want them to do more. I want them to, if they're going to pay people $7,500 or $12,500 in tax credits to go buy an electric vehicle, well, then I want some type of credits for when I buy gasoline for my car.
I don't know, man.
Well, and I understand the argument is, well, it'll help save the planet. Well, and then there's this argument from those of us who won't be around when the planet's saved, like, well, I don't care, but I do care. Okay, I know. I think it's important because you're going to have kids someday,
hopefully,
and your kids are going to have kids, and so I want my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, I don't know, to actually have a livable planet.
Thank you, Dad.
That they can have it.
Yep.
But it's just like, let the manufacturers figure out how to lower the damn prices. And the government should, I'll stop.
For those of you who want to know how you can redirect our show topics, all you have to do is contribute, evidently, because then we pull it up on the screen and you can take us in whatever direction you want. Thank you, Kayvon. We appreciate the contribution.
Thank you.
As well. Want to remind everyone, and then we've got another part of the show that we need to jump to. I want to remind everyone that back at joinyaa.com, we have 2 days left. I guess it's 3 days left, 2 or 3 days left.
Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday.
So we've been running a promotion. It ends at the end of the month. It's
Yes.
thanks 20 to become a YAA Plus member, and thanks 100 to get $100 off your vehicle service contract. Please go to the website. Please check those out.
Is there any way to offer a discount on merch?
Yeah, we probably can. Did I break the website? What's going on here?
Oh.
Let me refresh. Click on it. Dude, why are we having such issues today? Who broke the website?
I don't know.
Did
If
I
you
break the
go
website?
up to the top and click on insurance, and it might get you to where you want.
No,
to go.
I know, but why is
There
the
you go.
homepage not working?
Hey, I'm not the tech guy.
Anyway, we got some specials running. Now I got work to do after the show. Anyway, take a peek at that. We appreciate everyone. Can your advice help Canadian buyers? 100% it can, and we are looking at bringing on a more advanced Canadian product next year. Cyber Monday, it's still the 20%. So thank you, everyone. 20% and the $100 off. All right, Dad.
Yes.
Coming to the chat here.
Yes.
We've got from Matthew.
Yes.
When is a better time to buy a car for a cash buy, or the last week of this year or mid-January? Love the content. Keep it up. What is your expectation with interest rates and the way that they're going and prices? Do you think if you're a cash
do believe
buyer?
that interest rates, the Fed has already indicated that they are going to raise interest rates again the beginning of next month. So I would expect interest rates on car loans to go up again. So if as interest rates keep going up, more and more people take themselves out of the market, so there's less people to sell cars to. At a certain point, dealerships that make their money by actually selling cars are going to go, you know what, we need to sell it. Cash buyer sounds good today. So, typically the last week of the year, from December 26th through January 1st or December 31st, dealerships have objectives that they want to hit. Salespeople have objectives that they want to hit. Sales managers have objectives that they want to hit. And it's the busiest week of the year, and they get as caught up in the frenzy of buying and selling cars as consumers do.
Yep.
So you very well could end up with a really good deal on any vehicle, new or used, paying cash at the end of the year. Now, having said that, January and February are the two slowest months of the year. And interest rates will have gone up some more. So might you get a better deal in January or February? Very well might. But it's hard. It's our crystal ball, which I bought at the dollar store, is notoriously cloudy. Okay. And so it's hard, but you would think that since wholesale values are continuing to decline at the auctions, and that the longer a dealer holds the car, the less value it has, that if they're stuck with some inventory that they've been sitting on for 90, 120 days in January and February, they might be more predisposed to take a shorter deal on something like that.
Did you watch the video that went out on the channel today?
I haven't had a
That's
chance.
okay.
You had me running around doing errands.
I'm not asking it. I made, I think, a pretty strong and logical case for why used car and new car prices will continue to go down. And so if you are a cash buyer, you don't have to worry about interest rates continuing to go up. And the argument, Dad, to summarize it pretty quickly here, is that the price declines that we've seen in used and new cars is a direct result of a demand side impacts. Demand has decreased. Where are you going, Dad?
This guy has a question. Gotta answer. Oh, it's too late now. You'll find it.
Oh my gosh. How do you not get distracted when I do that during the show?
I do. I just overlook it.
All right. So anyway, my point being, Dad.
Yes.
You can't do that to me. I get distracted.
My
point being.
I can see that.
I know. Very flustered.
Yeah.
My point being, Dad.
Yes.
It's been demand side changes.
Yes.
Demand side changes aren't going to change next year. Demand's still going to be weak next year. Supply
Yes.
side changes are going to happen. We're already seeing them start to happen, which is more supply, increased demand.
Yes.
Boom. You end up with lower prices.
Yes.
I think the longer you wait, the better you are.
Yes.
We got a really kind
Well, thank you.
contribution here from HBCU Band Talk. Great show I watched daily. We appreciate that. Thank you
Yes.
for tuning in. We are proud to say that if you tune into this show daily, you're going to know the moment car prices start to go up. You're going to know when prices have bottomed. We have all the information
Yes.
to help you out there. Jim's got a question, Pops. Any
Yeah.
update on the FTC rules yet? Still seeing and calling for confirming prices. Most dealers are posting online is not their actual price. It's going to be years until those rules actually take effect.
It would be nice if it wasn't years, but it appears as if, based on all the consumer input, if I'm a betting man, I'm betting that the FTC is going to impose those rules and regulations moving forward. But we don't know exactly when.
We saw the FTC come out with some other rules recently that
Yes.
we can. What were those against? Just like price. Consistency of price in general. So eventually those rules will make it out, but it's definitely been a while,
Yes.
or it's going to be a while until we actually see those come to fruition. Here you go, Pops.
Okay. What color is my sweater? According to the tag that was on it, burnt orange and oatmeal.
There you go.
Does that not look like your morning oatmeal, except for the
doesn't
burnt
look-
orange part?
Doesn't look like my oatmeal
Okay.
whatsoever. We've got a question here from Laura. Pops, Ray, is it unusual for a dealership to have a dozen plus new cars with sold signs on them just sitting at the dealership? This was at Toyota. Wondering if these folks are reconsidering.
Well, it considering the fact that Toyota for the longest period of time has had severe shortages, and that probably 90 to 95% of their incoming allocations were spoken for. People who had left a deposit, put a reservation on those vehicles, so that as those cars arrive, they very well would have sold stickers put on the dashboards or the windshields to let people know that we're looking, that we're waiting for the new customer, the new owner to come in. So that part's not unusual considering the circumstances. My suspicion is that because of the rising interest rates and the rising monthly costs through financing, that some of those people, that my guess is probably somewhere between 20 and 25% of people who have ordered vehicles
are backing out,
are going to back out. So the vehicles are there. The dealerships are hoping that they can convince the people that left the deposit to actually come in and complete the transaction. But I think there's going to be a falling out of 20 to 25% of those vehicles.
Completely agree. So you're going to see more sold signs that get taken off. Kayvon, thanks for the contribution. Kayvon, thoughts on a 2017 BMW i3 with range extender? I know you're not a huge fan of this vehicle, but
well, it is one of the electric vehicles that depreciates the most. Okay, and they typically are a particularly good value as a pre-owned car because they've lost so much of their original value.
Yeah, but you also have a big question mark next to that in 2022. If that's the EV you're buying, there's some questions.
Well, but it's got the range extender, and it all depends on how you're planning on utilizing your electric vehicle. The people that I used to work for, and we had two BMW dealerships, and the owner, God bless him, and he used to drive one quite frequently when he wasn't driving his 750. Because as he referred to it, I love those clown cars. It's a silly looking car that worked.
I wouldn't want to own one out of warranty. That's just my thoughts.
Well, as an electric vehicle, the issues are somewhat different than the ICE vehicles for BMW.
I'm not a huge fan of that vehicle. I would be allocating my money in a slightly different direction, but that's just my
cents.
Tracer Pops, thank you for the contributions, guys. Really appreciate it. Successfully negotiated sticker price, knocked off the add-ons, got the buy rate, and over $1,000 off the vehicle service contract. I've never had so much leverage negotiating a used vehicle before. Thanks for all the info.
See, look at that. But prices aren't coming down and cars aren't more negotiable.
It's hearing stories like these. Kimberly shared one the other day. Thank you for the contribution, Tracer, and thank you for Tracer, and thanks for sharing that. there was a gentleman who lowered his insurance rate, got a better interest rate,
Yes.
saved money on the extended warranty, and negotiated a better deal. Again, I broke something on the website this morning, so I'll go fix it after the show. But we can help you buy a car.
Yeah.
You can use these pages up here still work.
Yeah.
We can help you sell a car for more money. We can help you finance and save money. We can help you with the insurance and save money, the warranty and save money. I am so proud of what we've got going on here, Dad. There's just so much savings to be had, and it's awesome.
And you get 20% off.
Yeah, we have the special right now. It's awesome when people pull it all together.
Yes.
Makes
That's
me
the
so
whole
happy.
concept, I believe.
Taker 610, thanks for the contribution. Given recalls, stay away from Hyundai right now.
Well, people say that I bash Hyundai and Kia. It's just that they have a lot of recall and quality control issues. They make an extremely attractive looking vehicle. And I guess the vast majority of people don't have real issues with them, but you have to look at the history. Now, having said that, just the other day, you pulled up the total recalls from various manufacturers, and it was Ford Motor Company that was leading the pack by not a little bit, but by a lot of bit for the number of recalls. So, you have to keep that in mind. Do your research. It's like anything else related to cars. Do your research. What website was that?
I'll post it. I posted it on the community forum. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it for everyone. This is from NHTSA though. This is NHTSA
okay.
Data.
So there's information that we utilize from Four Eyes, from NHTSA. There's information available on our channel YAA. There's information on CarEdge, our sister website. Utilize the information that is available out there so that you can make a more informed decision about what car to buy, whether or not they tend to have issues, and if they do, what kind of issues they have. This information's out there, and it's not that hard to get your hands on it. What's hard is finding the time to do it.
But when you're like our friend Tracer, who saved $1,000 on the VSC, and think about your hourly rate, and then think about the work. It's worth
when
it.
I used to gamble, and if I was at the blackjack table and I was up a couple $100 in 20 minutes, sometimes I would walk because, they don't pay me $200 for 20 minutes work at my real job. So I'd be foolish not to take that money. There are ways to save, and it just requires effort.
All right, gang, we are going to switch gears. We are going to the muffin taste test. One has chocolate in it. These are pumpkin. Wow. This is a new segment on the Ray and Zach channel. If you enjoy this, please let us know in the comments. We'll do more. Laura baked these yesterday. No, on Saturday. Because I came home from the Saturday night live stream and had 3 of them.
Wow.
And then I had 2 for breakfast the next day.
Wow.
I've had 5 of these in 24, in 8 hours.
Wow.
Okay, so Laura wanted you to have the chocolate one. I had these in the fridge. I don't know if that was a rookie mistake.
No, I love a cold muffin.
I'm gonna go left hand. All right, so it's a 0 to 10 score.
Yeah.
Imagine we're gonna do more of these, so you don't want to give anything a 10. Okay. And you can use decimal points. Okay. Don't no round numbers. Oh wow, the viewership has fallen off significantly.
Oh my. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very tasty. Nice spice to it.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Love it.
Good texture.
Extremely good. I think an 8.
You're going just straight 8? You gotta watch
7.97.
Yeah, you gotta watch Dave Portnoy. He does the pizza reviews. You gotta watch him, Pops.
Yeah.
Can't give round numbers.
Okay.
But actually you can, because this is yours. You're going 8.
7.97. Mm-hmm. Very good. Yeah.
Oh,
wow. Smaller bites.
Smaller bites. I'm gonna go 9-2. Laura made them, man. But they are a legitimate 9-2.
I don't live with her. You do. So.
The texture is very nice.
Yeah.
The spice is quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the YAA cooking channel. It'll be here before you know it. That's very good.
Yeah, yeah. And when are we starting our watch channel?
Yeah, maybe one of these days. Who knows? We're busy though. We're busy.
Mm.
Are those burnt orange oatmeal muffins? No, they're pumpkin. They're really good.
I think he was referring to my sweater being.
Is Laura in one of your videos? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was out with Laura. Hi, Laura. I was out with Laura at a coffee shop yesterday when we were doing work.
Yeah.
Julie, a woman named Julie, called.
Mm-hmm.
She had questions about the extended warranty.
Mm-hmm.
We were chatting. I was answering her questions. On Sundays, the whole team's off, except I like to answer the calls.
Mm-hmm.
So if you call on Sunday, you're going to talk to me. People are very surprised when that happens. And Julie and I are talking, and she's thanking us for all the videos and how we've helped her. And I was telling her, because she was going to pick up a car soon. I was like, well, if you've watched our role play videos, because she was saying I'm a very like sweet woman, and usually that leads to people thinking they can take advantage of me. And like, no, you guys have helped me feel confident. I was like, well, have you watched the ones with my girlfriend Laura, the role play ones? And she's like, oh, I just finished watching that. And I turned to Laura and I was like, I like looked at her and I was like, Julie, can I put you on speaker so that Laura can hear this too? Went on speakerphone. Laura was right there, able to hear, and I think it made her really happy as well to see the impact of her work.
Absolutely.
It's really incredible. Yeah. There's a whole role play series that we did. Yeah, which was really fun. You must really enjoy that because you're eating the whole thing.
Wasn't I supposed to?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
What? Well, you're dropping.
Let's call the show, Pops.
Okay. So I believe I have to finish my muffin. Zach has to finish his. There's a chance we'll be back here again tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, with more news that you can use from YAA. I want to thank everybody for being here today. And we look forward to seeing you and all your friends and acquaintances back here with us again tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Time to eat.